Hello world. Jeez, I sound like a coder. Hello world. Me, coder. Anyway, I'll get on to the charts in a minute. First things first, bit of geopolitics which has come out today. Finland. Now, Finland never used to exist. It was Russia. It was part of the Russian Empire, and it was gifted to Finland. It's same as Ukraine. That was never a country. It was gifted to them by Russia. But anyway, Finland are now basically part of the EU, or have joined, or going to join, or have agreed to join, whatever. But they have now decided to host nuclear weapons, missiles, not just weapons, but land-based nuclear missiles in Finland. Now, they'll probably be either American or France or both. Now, the only EU country to have nuclear weapons is France. Now, they have both submarine launch and land-based. I know that Britain, we've only got submarine launched nuclear missiles, so we don't technically need to have any land-based ones. So watch out for this in who knows when, but it'll probably come out at some point that there'll be another Cuban Missile Crisis, because if America starts putting nuclear missiles in Finland, that's basically another Cuban Missile Crisis. Now, the Cuban Missile Crisis, actually, technically it should have been called the Turkey Missile Crisis. But because the West is the good guys and the East is the bad guys, that's what we've always been taught to learn. What it was is that America put nuclear missiles, short and medium range, which would hit Moscow. They put them into Turkey, and in retaliation, the old USSR, the old Soviet Union, then basically started shipping nuclear missiles to Cuba, and that's why the Cuban Missile Crisis started, because America said no, that's not fair. But Russia was saying, well, it's not actually fair that you've got them here. There was a few backhand deals. I mean, I can't remember what type of missiles it was. Patriot, not Patriot. No, I've lost now. I can't remember which missiles it was, but basically we put missiles there, and in retaliation, they put missiles in Cuba. And that's how there was a 2-week standoff in the 60s for the Cuban Missile Crisis. Anyway, this will cause another one. I can guarantee it. Because don't forget, America is wanting Cuba, and Russia, maybe even China, may not want Cuba to fall under US. So just bear that in mind. Now, the second point, geopolitics. Here we go. Some money laundering for you. More money laundering. Now, the EU has basically agreed to lend Ukraine €90 billion. So they're basically printing money. So the euro will devalue, interest rates will go up, inflation will go up, it will hit the EU, because the money printing to send to Ukraine through shell companies, back to the weapons manufacturers, back to the politicians' pockets who've signed off the deal. So you'll get a couple of billion going to Zelensky in his private pocket, because Ukraine's going to fall. Ukraine will fall. Once all of the energy and resources are going into Iran, it's only a matter of time before basically Ukraine gets split in two, probably straight down the middle. Now, I know that here, Russia wants Odessa. They want Odessa back. I can guarantee that. So, more than likely, it'll just be split straight down, and Ukraine, there'll be Eastern Ukraine and Western Ukraine, more than likely. In the next 10 years maximum, you'll get a bit like Germany, split down there. It'll be East and West Germany. It'll be an East and West Ukraine. I can guarantee it. One thing which is misunderstood about the war in Ukraine is the Russian forces are going door to door. They're going literally town to town. Rather than bombing the fuck out of everything in Ukraine, they want all the infrastructure there and the history. Because Ukraine, although it's a pretty new country, it's an old country, it's an old area, and it's got centuries and centuries and centuries of history, from houses to churches and things like that, and Russia doesn't want to actually obliterate it. Whereas when us and them go into a war, let's say here or here or here or here or here, we just basically flatten everything. Because it's a faraway land, it's nothing to do with us, it's just that we want their resources. So that's pretty much it. But they're both Slavic, they're brothers in arms. The people of Ukraine don't want Russia telling them they want to be a separate state, do you know what I mean? But the problem is Zelensky is I'm going to say is a Nazi. He is. I'm not going into the history about it, but follow the bloodline, and you will get the people from the 1930s and 40s. It's his hero. You know what I mean? So I won't go into it too much, but that's the reason why it's taking so long for Russia to get Ukraine. It's because they're going door to door. They're going house to house and clearing out all the old fascist Nazis. So, obviously don't believe the news. Don't believe a fucking word. Ukraine's winning, Russia's running out of missiles. No, they're not using missiles. They're using a few, here and there, to get rid of missile dumps and munitions. But, anyway, that's your geopolitics for today. Oh, and there is talk of Sweden and Norway hosting nuclear missiles, but the main one at the minute is Finland have agreed. So it's not good. That's not good at all. And then obviously the money printing to basically line the pockets of the politicians through a loan to buy weapons and so on and so forth. Blah 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 blah. It's all corrupt. The world's a stage. Keep saying it. Fuck me. Right, Air Radar. It's been busy again today. Now, one thing is that this airspace here is shut off. Now, this here is all right at the minute. This air roadway, if you would, flight path. That one's still active. So I can't see anything happening tonight. No, not while there's this amount of traffic, certainly in this region here. Because if America starts bombing Iran, the first places are going to get hit: Abu Dhabi, Dubai, United Arab Emirates, Qatar, Bahrain, Kuwait, and the place we can't mention. Fuck it, I'm going to mention it: Israel. Jordan will probably get hit as well. So, whilst there's so much commercial traffic around this area, that's one thing to watch out for. When it goes quiet, that's probably when missiles will start falling or sending. Right, one thing I've got to correct myself on from a video a few days ago is the 3 aircraft carriers. Now, one is always in the Arabian Sea, one is always in the Mediterranean, and one came the other day to relieve the one in the Mediterranean. The one in the Mediterranean went to the Arabian Sea, and the one which we're relieving, I thought that it was going to be parked around here in the Mediterranean. Wrong. It's passed through the Suez. It's gone through the Suez. So that will be on its way to the region. So what we're going to have is 3 aircraft carriers plus all of the extra frigates, destroyers. There's about, they call it a strike group, and I think there's about 14, 15 different ships part of this strike group. So you've got your aircraft carrier, couple of submarines, destroyers, frigates, blah blah blah. So 3 aircraft carriers in the region. One's there, the other one will be there very, very soon, and the other one passed through the Suez not so long ago. Now, one thing as well to watch out for, which will be fucking massive. It will be as big, if not bigger, than the Strait of Hormuz. Now, if missiles start raining down on Iran, obviously they're going to get their, I'll call them brothers in arms, their friends in Lebanon, obviously Hezbollah. They've got hundreds of thousands of missiles ready to rain down on Israel, which they will. Now, other thing is Yemen. Now, Yemen it's neither friendly nor enemy of the West. It's got its problems. It's a bandit country, but one of the things is you've probably heard of them, the Houthi rebels. Now, they control quite a lot, and they're not to be messed with, if you would. Now, if the Houthi rebels basically decide to take out this stretch, basically mine it, blockade it, base a load of missiles here and drones for any ship which comes through here, because that's your Suez Canal. Let me just go to the maps there. That's better. Yeah, this area here. The Houthi rebels, if they take out this, then nobody has access to the Suez Canal, which means any shipping will have to go all the way around Africa. So that's one thing to watch out for. And also, the major internet cables run through there. They're on the seabed from basically Asia to the west. So they could decide to take out the internet cables at this choke point here. Now, if they take out that or blockade it, that would be worse than the Strait of Hormuz. But put them both together, that will be fucking catastrophic for the economy, for shipping, for everything. So just bear in mind that area there. Obviously, well, we all know about the Strait of Hormuz at the minute and how much of a choke point it is for the oil. And you know, it's not just oil, it's chemicals, fertilizer. There's a lot coming through there, but everything comes through there, and I mean everything which comes through there and heading west will go through there. Everything from China. When you order something off a fucking Weibo or something, where do you think it's, you know, all the ships are coming through there. They're not going around there. So there's a few data points on the war. We're already in it. It's already here. It's just what chess pieces needed to be moved. The chessboard's pretty much set. It's who's making... It's going to be us who make the first move, but when? Days? Hours? Weeks? I don't think it's going to be months. It's looking more like days to weeks, but anyway. I did do a few screenshots earlier. This was, 3:30 this afternoon when I came in for a quick cup of tea. So obviously UK, where's this over? I think Sofia, so Bulgaria, one there. That's German, Luftwaffe again. Belgrade, just there. There's 2 American transport planes. Another one there. Where are we? quite sure whereabouts we are over there. Kind of looks like Romania or Bulgaria. Hungary, another one. I'm guessing that's probably Hungary, Bulgaria, Romania, possibly. But there's another two there. One going to, one coming from. Where are we here? Ooh, back in England. Oh yeah, there's fuck me. You see all these are all UK. You know, this is Bryce Norton Airport, RAF Bryce Norton. So that, you know, they were all ready to take off. He's took off. Transport plane. I didn't follow it because I've been out in the garden. That's off the east coast of Britain. Coming back. Basically, back to the US. Refuel, rearm. Where are we there? Belfast. Right, so this is Scotland, Northern Ireland, and this is coming in from America, either to Bryce Norton or to Ramstein. Glasgow, another, that's one of ours, Royal Air Force. So, as you can see, more transport plane, cargo transport. Middle of the Atlantic, on its way from America to the area. Right, this is the shipping. As you can see, there's fuck all there. Nothing is, you shall not pass. And as you can see, there's so many ships waiting to get in, and there's so many waiting to get out. Now, when they were saying, in fact, I'll bring it up on the maps. When Iran was saying that if you pay us, we will escort you through a safe passage through the Strait of Hormuz. Now, they've taken payment, they've taken Bitcoin as payment, they've taken Chinese yuan, and they have led them through with no problems. But anybody who doesn't pay, or anybody who is associated with anything to do with attacks on Iran, they're not letting them past. Now, I've found out that anything going past there will just get shot at. If they try it on, they'll just get bombed, they'll just get shot at. Now, what they're doing is there's a safe passage there through these islands. That's not mined. They've not mined that on purpose. So that's your safe passage through that bit there, which is up here. You see there, they started to go through. That one's coming through. So that's your safe passage there. That's where they basically, the Iranian military are giving themselves safe passage through. If you pay us. Give me some Bitcoin. Right, let's get on to Bitcoin. Because, yeah, right, obviously there's a, right, I took a position there, a short, and I took half off the table there. Because obviously there's an obvious rising channel here. So I took half off the table there. I was going to leave it to, well, I did leave it to ride, but I kept my stop loss at entry, which was 77,999 dollar short. So I got stopped out there on the other half of the profits, if you would. I'm not taking any positions here. I'm just not. Now I've got this area here. This is where I've got basically shorts stacked. I've got them all stacked up here. There is a reason, because right, that's your 200 exponential on the. This is the daily. 200 exponential on the daily, as you can see there. There's that there. So if it's going to get rejected, it's going to be around this region here. Now I just will show you one thing, because this is the one with all the Fibonacci circles on, which have pretty much served me well. Now, usually I work in logarithmic, and I will eventually, or sometimes, switch to regular for a different perspective. Now, if I go to the regular chart, there's this fib channel Fib ring, this Fibonacci ring, which is the 618 level, which is it's a very important level, the 618 level. And as you can see there, the 200 exponential is coming, and this fib ring is pretty much lining up. So I've got shorts stacked up here. I really have. Hopefully for the catastrophic failure. But I don't want war to bring it on. See, I'm against the war. I'm completely against what America and Israel are doing. America wants to steal the uranium. That's what they want. It's not about... We don't want Iran to get nuclear weapons. It's America wants the fucking uranium. And the oil. Don't get me wrong. They want the oil. But they want the uranium. Because America doesn't have any. They have to import it. They've got no uranium at all. And obviously with all these data centers going up, with the... which basically are going to have to be powered by nuclear, this is where it comes in. So they need the uranium, and they don't want to pay for it. Shareholders don't want to pay for uranium when you can steal it. So just bear that one in mind. Now, let me just go to silver. Oh, yes, one of my favourites. Now, I am long. I took a position. Where are we? 70. It was 70 cents, so it would be on that candle there. I am in a long position on silver because I am certainly bullish on silver. Now we've got a 1, a 2. Now I'm actually looking for a higher high here. Higher low, sorry. So hopefully this little pullback here, because there's nothing overheated with yeah, everything seems fine, nothing overheated at all. So if you see a dip on silver, you may even want to do another 200 EMA. This is it, that there. It may even want to be a back test on that. If it does, I'm going all in. Anyway, that's silver, because I am very bullish on silver. I've got that up there. I know it seems ludicrous, but that's with the devaluation of the currencies, with the war going on, with uncertainty, people, they flock to hard assets and valuable assets. So, and it's cheaper than gold. And I'm a cheap bastard. No, I like silver. I always have. And let me just have a look at Brent. Now I took a position there, a long position, because I don't know, with this thing going off in the Middle East, I'm still thinking that it's going to go up. If it all calms down, if there's a deal struck, I don't mind getting stopped out and oil coming way back down. I really don't. That's not a problem. It'd be cheaper goods, cheaper diesel, blah, blah, blah. But if it doesn't calm down, which it doesn't look like it, because so much cargo planes and military is coming back and forth to the region. I know that there's a ceasefire and they've extended it. They're not ready. That's why. They're waiting for more missiles and troops. That's all it is. They're waiting for all the equipment to come along. So I'm actually long on oil, long on silver, and waiting to short Bitcoin. That's my position. And that's my theory. So, yeah. Apart from that, grow your own food. I've just uploaded a video, an hour ago, of my garden. So if you're interested in gardening or growing food, things like that, it's there. But prices of food are going to go through the roof. if this continues, which I can't see it stopping. It's not slowing down. So take it. Be careful out there. Buy your beans and tea bags. Long-term storage food. Learn how to grow food. If you don't know how to grow food, there's plenty of videos online. I can help you. That's not a problem. If I can do it, anyone can do it. Dead easy. Anyway, I think that's about it. Is there anything else I need to go through? No, I've done that. Yeah, we're still alright at the minute. So I can't see anything happening tonight. I'll be keeping an eye. Weekends are usually a bit less busy with the flights. So I would expect a drop in it. Oh, and yeah, that's another thing as well. All of the airline companies are cancelling flights left, right and centre because of the jet fuel and the lack of it. Lufthansa's cancelled 10,000 over the summer alone, and that's just Lufthansa. So it's just another data point. Oh yeah, there was one other thing, I think. That's it. Somebody in the chat was on about oil refineries and did one in Russia get blown up. So I've just done a quick search, but these are all the ones which have blown up this year. So India, big fire at the refinery. Australia, that happened last week before. Another one. Now this one, it kind of sounds like sabotage, and same with this one as well in Texas. Kind of sounds like sabotage. Call me a conspiracy theorist, I don't fucking care. But there's a war on oil at the minute. By the looks of it, it's as if they don't want anybody using oil, and they want everyone to use their electricity. Anyway, Myanmar, 10 fuel tankers and barges. I mean, Jesus Christ. Major explosion. Incinerated 10 fuel tankers. I mean, these are not in the news. You don't hear about these. Romania, power plant, electrical transformers. You don't just replace a transformer. Even getting the parts, because a lot of stuff comes from fucking China. Anyway, Ecuador, petrochemical. Again, Mexico, oil refinery. So, and also about 3 days ago, I heard that Russia has basically turned off the tap of the fuel pipeline, the oil pipeline, from Kazakhstan to Germany. And because it runs through Russia, they've basically turned off the tap. Now that is in retaliation for Germany and the EU in general, but basically Germany. They have been supplying Ukraine with missiles and drones, and they said they were going to up the drones deliveries to Ukraine. So Russia basically said, fair enough, you don't get your oil. So Germany is, I mean, it's been teetering on a knife edge for quite some time with the energy, because obviously they are heavily reliant on Russian gas, and they got that switched off because of the Ukraine war and them helping out. So it's just another data point that World War III's here. Fuck me. Anyway, I'll leave you at that. I think that's everything I've covered. Yeah, we're back to this. So, yeah, worrying times. It's in my lifetime, and I was born in the 70s, I think this is probably the most serious we've got. We had a bit of a scuffle in the early to mid 80s where it was a bit ooh, but that got sorted out. But it was nothing like this. Absolutely nothing like what's going off at the minute. So prepare yourself, guys. Buy your pasta, buy your rice, beans and tea bags, Coffee beans, I've bought fucking kilos and kilos of coffee beans. Jesus Christ, I can't do without my coffee. Anyway, I think I'll leave it at that. Yeah, I'll leave it at that. I'll keep you updated if I see anything else. But yeah, I think that'll do us. Right, I'll see you later.